Welcome, VR. And today I'm really excited to have Mr. Rakesh Misra. He was born in India, in Uttar Pradesh. And when he was only 11 years old, he watched our late Prime Minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, and he was inspired to be a speaker. And though he was born and brought up in a poor family, but his passion to be a speaker took him to Canada. He migrated in Canada in 1999, and there he joined Toastmasters Club, and he took coaching from different coaches. And right now, he's an established speaker, motivational speaker, an author. He also published a book called Six Pillars of the Life Management System, and it is available in Amazon. And he spoke on more than 200 stages and 10 different countries. So welcome, Mr. Rakesh Misra, in my show. And
Thank you, Sanjit.
okay,
Wow, what go ahead.
it's my pleasure, privilege to have you in my show. Thank you so much once again for joining and for giving your valuable time. And I hope that my viewer will learn a lot of things from you. So let's get started. Let me ask you a very first question is that as I know that
Sanjit, before you ask a question, let me, just to say my sincere thanks to you. And I've been following your journey, and you are the real inspiration to so many. Because one thing I like about you, Sanjit, that in certain areas you struggle in the beginning, but you have never gave up. And I think that's what the people need today. Because of so many limiting beliefs from their family or the society, they are not able to take the next step. And you are the live example. To salute you, man. Keep doing
okay,
what you are doing. And I'm really, really, happy, glad, and it's an honor for me that you invited me. And my message and my own struggles and lesson hopefully will reach out to your audience to make some impact in their life. Please bring on. Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for your kind words, and it really means a lot for me. Thank you so much. So
And
let's get started, and I would like to know, or my viewer also would like to know that as uh, you are born in a poor family and also in a remote area of Uttar Pradesh, and how the journey started. Could you please tell us?
so you know what? One thing, those little village boy, what they have dreams. And how they get the dream? From Bollywood movies, right? So they want to become actor, because early those days we go to Switzerland, we go to England through the movies, right? But
Mhm.
those movies, those messages, those stories, they create a dream in us, right? So there are
Mhm.
so many I can share, but one incident I want to mention here, that I was working with the laborers in the rice field,
Mhm.
and one day I heard this roaring sound from the sky. So it
Mhm.
was airplane passed by. So suddenly, I thought, what? There are people who ride that machine in the sky. Can I also ride one day? And that made me inspire, and I couldn't sleep that night. And the next morning,
Uh-huh.
and that was, I gave my 12th exam, and I heard that Allahabad city is good for the study. So
Mhm.
next morning, I made a plan. I had little savings, and I told my parents. In those days there was no telephone to connect. I told my basically I lied to my parents, I'm going to a mama's place. And
Mhm.
I took the bus and the train and went to Allahabad. And with the
Mhm.
tuitions, and I mean, it's a long story I don't want to share, but that's how my journey started, jumping from that first step from my village, going to
Mhm.
the unknown place. I have never been. I don't know anybody.
Mhm.
So that was the beginning. And from then onward, hopefully, few things will come up, during our interview. But after that, Sajid, there was no looking back. Though there was every day a struggle in unknown
Mhm.
place,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
But there was no looking back. Because good thing about the poor people is, Sajid, that they have nothing to lose.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
And when you have nothing to lose, man, anything possible. Only
Mhm.
going forward is the only way. Because the rich people, they have been scared what happen if they lose tomorrow
Mhm.
their wealth, their
Mhm.
name,
Mhm.
and the fame. But the poor people, the biggest strength is nothing to lose. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Okay, absolutely. I really love that, that poor people has nothing to lose. They have all to gain, all to gain. Absolutely.
Right on.
That is wonderful. Uh, Now let us go back to your uh, starting a journey of your public speaking. And uh, my mission is also be a public speaker. I want to speak on a stage in front of thousands of people and impact their life in a big way. So now, how your journey of public speaking or as a motivational speaker, how it started?
See, Sajid, very good question. I get the goosebumps because that question bring me to that stage. I was 11-year-old in my village, and
Mm-hmm.
late Mrs. Indira Gandhi, she was always from Raebareli, member of parliament, and she was supposed to come 4 o'clock, but she came 10 o'clock in the night.
Mm-hmm.
And our village has no connection to any modern amenities, no telephone, no electricity, no
Mm-hmm.
television, no cars. So
Mm-hmm.
she came 10 o'clock, and the Gram Pradhan, the head of the villages,
Mm-hmm.
he asked us to hold those Petromax, those, to lit up the
Mm-hmm.
stage, and she
Mm-hmm.
delivered the speech. And a lot of those
Mm-hmm.
white journalists from England and America, they were clicking our picture, and
Mm-hmm.
we in our banyan and we call it underbid, the chaddi, and they were
Mm-hmm.
laughing at us. So I sense they're laughing at our poverty. And I said from inside, okay, one day I will come and speak from the stage and you will listen. So it looks like, I'm kind of a little offensive from the white people, but nothing, no, not like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was just creating a dream in me,
Mm-hmm.
so that to take that kind of revenge. And it took more than 30 years to deliver that speech in Canadian capital, Ottawa. If you go to my channel, Success Coach Rakesh, and the
Mm-hmm.
title of the thumbnail is, believe you can. And
Mm-hmm.
just watch that 10-minute speech I deliver here. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's how this journey started. And after that, as I mentioned, you mentioned in the introduction, when I came here, I
Mm-hmm.
realized the public speaking is the one skill can stand you and can give you everything in life you're
Mm-hmm.
looking for, because it's all about communication, all
Absolutely.
about sharing your message and your stories. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I would share, that join Toastmaster and
Mm-hmm.
hire coaches. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
initial was Mrs. Indira Gandhi's, thanks to her, and that she kind of
Absolutely.
that event implanted a seed in me to become a speaker one day,
Absolutely.
and which
Absolutely.
happened. So dream really come true. Thank you. Beautiful question.
That's really wonderful. Everybody has some kind of, inspiration. They are inspired by someone and then they take the plunge and they, start their journey. So,
Right.
so as I can see, in your background, there are a lot of books, as a self, full of books. So I think you are an avid reader. So nowadays, what I find is that the reading habit is just, diminishing day by day. Now, the youngsters basically they are more into digital form of medium like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, LinkedIn. So what would be your advice to the to this generation, that how important it is to read books?
Yeah. So these are not, as you said, these are not the, you can say the virtual. These are all the real book, and
Absolutely,
this is my home
absolutely.
library. It has
Hmm.
around 2,000 books,
Oh, oh,
total. And since
abs-
you mentioned about my book, so here,
yeah,
this is kind of the,
yeah, that is
the my
absolutely
book.
great.
So what happened? I will just quickly, because there is a limit of time here. When I was working in Delhi and from
Hmm.
UP and all, we finish our engineering and we never go back to library. But I
Hmm.
was working in Delhi, and one of the friend from Kerala, and one day it happens that we were going for movie and he took me to the American library. And
Hmm.
there, I saw one, and I wanted to go America one day. So I saw one, the beautiful white girl coming out and holding two books.
Mhm.
And out of my curiosity that Americans are very, rich and influential. Why? And that curiosity, brought me to ask that, beautiful girl, if I can get the title. I thought, no, they read something. That's why they are rich. And the book she was holding, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Mhm.
And the other book was The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. So I got, both the books, and I learned a lot. I will
Mhm.
give you just example. Think and Grow Rich. There is a story behind that book. Napoleon Hill was asked to take, 500 people interview
Mhm.
and summarize their experience in that book. And everybody was having more than 50 years of experience. So that tiny book has 50 into 500. That is 25,000 year experience in that book.
Mhm.
And we live what, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So you
Mhm.
cannot have 25,000 years of experience. That is the power of the books. I give just
Absolutely.
one. And today, any topic you think, there is a book written. And
Mhm.
the time we are living, go to Amazon. There are so many resources. Go to YouTube and
Mhm.
type Think and Grow Rich audio for free, and you can listen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So my advice is that you cannot live that long. You cannot get every experience on your own, but somebody has put the efforts and
Mhm.
experience and all the steps in that book. Read and apply, read and apply.
Mhm.
The only advice, first of all, read the book or listen the book, whatever feels good to you. Some
Mhm.
people love to listen, but try to apply at least whatever you learn. Just don't keep on listening. It become like information intoxication, like drugs, right? So don't be into that habit, just listening and watching and reading. No, read the book, finish the book, and decide which one thing or two thing you want to apply in your life or business. Then you read the
Mhm.
second book. So this is my take on this question. Books are the easiest and cheapest way to learn. You can
Mhm.
treat them just like your coaches.
Absolutely.
Every book a coach for you, going to teach you something to move
Mhm.
forward in your life or business.
Mhm.
Ajit, beautiful a question, an awesome resource to get to the next level. Thank you.
Absolutely. That is wonderful. And I also an avid, I read a lot of books. I have also collection, not like you, but I have a small collection of books of some great, writers, great authors. So if I ask you one thing, I just want to know, is there any book that really impacted you most, or that book really changed your life?
So for sure, thank you. Yeah. So the book I changed the life. See, every book you read, and everybody has a different interpretation, all right, for the
Mm-hmm.
book, even including your religious book. If you read Gita or you read Quran or Bible, you will get, based on your circumstances, your thinking, you will have different interpretation, right? That this is what I
Mm-hmm.
learned.
Mm-hmm.
The same way, a book called The Magic of Thinking Big.
Mm-hmm.
So that book changed my life because our parents and society tells us to save every penny, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this book tells us in early age of your career, that will be very useful for your audience. Most of the audience quite young. So
Mm-hmm.
in early age of your career, never focus on saving.
Mm-hmm.
Just control these four bad habits. Try not to be a womanizer or in drugs or in alcohol or gambling. So if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have these bad habits, where you'll be saving? You will be compromising with your food, with your transportation, with your living, with your
Mm-hmm.
living standard, and you will end up dying mediocre and poor.
Mm-hmm.
But if you make your life expensive, and to support that life, try to bring different resources of money and income. And this is the best advice I think I can give you, what I got from that book. And living
Mm-hmm.
in Delhi with 7,500 rupees Bajaj Chetak scooter, when I read this book, I put that scooter in my home in the village, and then I bought this a Kawasaki, a 4-stroke, a brand new, 38,500 rupees in Lakshmi
Mm-hmm.
Nagar in Delhi. I still remember, and that changed my life. And my expenses become so much that I cannot live in India anymore. And then I went to the Middle East and then America, and now
Mm-hmm.
after around 54 countries and living in Canada. Just to one thing. Why? Because I expanded, my spending.
Mm-hmm.
To support Indian earnings was not enough to have to stretch beyond my comfort zone to go to some
Mm-hmm.
other
Mm-hmm.
country.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, that's really wonderful. Now, let us come to the area of success. Everybody wants to be successful in life. Everybody says, I want to have this, I want to have that, and that will make me successful. So, if I ask you that, what is your take? What is your definition of being successful? How do you define success?
Before I answer this question, Sajid, I want to just say one phrase which I was delivering a speech in Florida in US, and I just did the post in my Facebook, and in the very first video has that. So the phrase I said, and people really loved it. I got even many coaching clients just from that speech. And what I said, that every failure is going to add confidence in you, and every success is going to make you more insecure. So the key to success is that fail as big as you can afford in your life. That is the key to success. So this is the phrase about the success. But now come to success. My take on the success is, I can define in 6 words. What is a success? So if you can bring these 6 words in your life, you are success, or anybody's success. And here these 6 words are: live worry free, and live regret free. So if you can live without any worries in your mind, and when you are leaving this world during your death, if you don't have any regrets, I think that is the key definition and my take on the success.
Absolutely. I love this. I love this, that whatever you shared.
And you never, Sajid, you never hear these phrases because these are the self-created.
Absolutely.
From my life, meeting so many people and visiting so many places. That is ultimate goal for anybody, rich, poor, Indian, white, black, doesn't matter. Everybody is aspiring to have these 6 words: live worry free, live regret free. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I can really relate to all this thing, that live worry free and die, regret free. That is absolutely wonderful. So let me put you another very important question. As many of my viewers are young, and they are also from rural background, basically, of India, and most of them study in regional medium schools, like Hindi or Bengali or Assamese. You migrated to Canada. How did you pick up your language? How did you speak good English? So did you learn it from before, or how did you learn it?
I was in Hindi medium till the 12th grade, and I used to go, by bicycle around 16 kilometers. So I remember with my friends, we used to talk, and one guy, I think he used to work in Punjab or somewhere. So one day it happened, he was just riding with me, on the bicycle. And, I'm always curious to talk with the people. And it happens, hey, man, in Hindi those days, in Hindi language, who you are, where you study, what you do, and so he said, he said, I work in the Punjab, and a lot of the people, they go to, Canada and England, but so he said, but you know what, we from UP and all, we don't go because, and we can go if you learn English. Somehow, the way he said it, I realized English is really the window we can see the whole world. So that was very beginning. And after that, whenever I get chance, I speak. But when I went to the Allahabad, I thought, I was in UP board. So I pick up the tuition to teach who are from ICSC and CBSC board.
Okay.
So I used to, bring their books because I study maths like, Lamb, Aadhar, Kern. Lamb means perpendicular, Aadhar base, and Kern means, the hypotenuse. So I learned, so I used to get their books, and I was holding my papa's very old Bhagav dictionary, and from there I used to translate. So there are many even, but I'm telling you something. I took English medium tuition to teach while I was in Hindi medium. So you have to take sometimes crazy and bold steps. And then, as the one dialogue Shah Rukh Khan took from the book called The Alchemist. Very good book, by the way, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the line he took and used in his movie Om Shanti Om, कि जिस चीज को तुम पूरी शिद्दत से चाहो पूरी कायनात लग जाती है उसको पाने के लिए, something like that. Means when you have that obsessiveness to get something, whole universe conspired that to happen. So that was my thing, I was always stretching to learn. And the first thing I took a tuition, the English medium tuition, and in the process that helped me. And then when I went to Delhi, I used to, South Indian, they're very good in English. So I intentionally try to make my friends from South India, from Kerala, from Tamil Nadu, so that we can speak and communicate in English.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that is, I also believe, that if you really want to do something, just, go, beyond, after it, go after it, crazily. And there is also saying, as you pick up a very good quotation from Shah Rukh Khan's movie, and there is another quotation is, that doing anything like, I'm just paraphrasing it, that it's आँख का दरिया इसमें कूद जाओ, something like this. So
Yeah,
if you
see, you mentioned about the please go ahead. Sorry, interruption.
Yeah, you can go ahead. You can do it.
Yeah. So I was saying, our Abdul Kalam Azad, our ex-president, so beautifully he said कि सपने वो नहीं होते जो आप सोने के बाद देखते हो, सपने वो होते हैं जो आपको सोने ही नहीं देते.
Absolutely.
So I will share one picture, with you, if you are allowed to put in this as a edit, that how during the weekend in Delhi, I used to go to Red Fort and try to speak to the white women and men. If they can understand me, it means I'm improving my English. I will show that picture. It was taken in 92, around 30 years ago. So you can see how sincere I was to learn English.
Absolutely.
राइट तो अभी एक लास्ट में फ्रेज बोलूंगा हिंदी में कि किसी चीज को पाने का जुनून तुम्हारे अंदर इस हद तक हो जाए कि अपने मकसद में तुम्हें अपनी मासूका दिखने लगे. Go ahead.
So I can really relate, whatever you are saying. I was also something like that. I was so crazy to improve my English. I am from Bengali medium school. I studied in Bengali medium government school. So, but I had the burning desire to learn this language, and I can really relate, all these things, whatever you are saying right now. I also did something like this in my school days, in my college days. Okay, so
and Sajid, because anything like book, who this guy Hindi medium will write a book? Anything you need, if you don't know anybody, ask. YouTube uncle and Google auntie. Just go and ask.
Exactly.
And read or watch, and everything is there. We became lazy. Right.
That is it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it. Everything available today.
Fag end of our conversation, but it's been really wonderful talking to you. I have learned so many things, and just it's an amazing. But let me ask you one thing again, that one piece of advice that you want to give to my viewers, that so that they can transform their life, they can change their life, or maybe some of them, they're having some hopelessness or maybe some depression. So what one piece of advice that you would like to give them?
The one piece of advice is little strange. First of all, try to use these 3 C's in your life. Be creative, be curious, and be crazy, whatever you do. And the one piece of it is like you're living little fundamentals. But the one piece of advice is try to meet one stranger every day and leave that person with a smile. You'll never heard this. I am practicing last 9 years, met around more than 2,000 people. Every day I meet one person. During COVID, I took the person on the Zoom from the social platform. So meet every person, and when you give a smile, maybe conversation go a bit longer, then you will understand their stories, and you will find, hey, I
Mhm.
was feeling depressed about my story, but this person has worse than me. And
Mhm.
suddenly you get immediate boost and your depression will have no place in your body.
Mhm.
So that is the power, and so many wonderful story you will come to know, and you
Mhm.
will learn the life
Mhm.
from the people, from the
Mhm.
society. So meet one stranger every day, no matter where you live, no matter what language you speak, and that will transform your life, guaranteed.
Okay. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's really mind-blowing session, I think I should say. So thank you so much, Mr. Rakesh Misra. It's been really pleasure to me talking to you. And I hope that we'll have more such kind of session in future as well. So
Rajat, I will say all the best, good luck. You are doing amazing, and I'll be more than happy to support you in whatever the capacity I can. So with that, I say good luck.
okay, thank you so much.